White gloves.
Yeah, white glove. Let's go with that.
Now that the trees have been brought up, I've heard people say that scene was a mistake. I think there was an interview with Sam Raimi who said that scene was a mistake. What do you guys think, and how was it to shoot?
It was a big fucking mistake, let me tell you.
But how could that be a mistake? Oops, I didn't mean to rape her with a tree. I mean, what? I don't know about that one.
I would say mistake isn't the word. I would say, well, it wasn't necessarily initially meant to have the sexual component as far as I knew, or as far as it said in the script. It just kind of evolved, right, Bruce?
I think it did, because I don't think in the original draft there was a moaning and legs going hoing, 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 hoing.
No, I think in the script it said, Cheryl is attacked by the trees. I went, okay, I can do that.
Next thing she knew, vines were wrapping around her boob. It's like, what part of the
I
script
didn't
was
think
that?
anybody was ever going to see it. What did I care?
My kids will never see this movie.
During the beginning of Evil Dead 2 down in Wadesboro, we screened Evil Dead for the entire crew, so everybody kind of who hadn't seen it would be up to speed on it. And I sat next to Sam Raimi, and when the tree rape scene came up, he planted his head in his hands and said, "Why did I turn it into pornography?" And that might answer it.
Here's one right dead front.
How about a reality show where all the original cast members from Evil Dead live in the same house?
A cabin, yeah.
A cabin.
Yes,
You're talking about a cabin,
a reality
aren't you, Ryan?
show where all the original Evil Dead cast members live in a cabin again. Yeah, you just don't quit your day job there, young man.
Wonderful idea.
Okay, yes, Stripey.
Stand up, Stripey.
Please stand up, please.
Come on. Are you standing?
That was just unnecessary,
That's a
wasn't
legitimate question.
it? But seriously, are you standing?
I was wondering, Betsy, how long it took you to practice your evil laugh.
And will you do it for the audience?
Will I do it for the audience?
Please.
It didn't take long at all because it's something of an innate talent, I guess, that I had.
Now, Betsy and Tom, you guys can address this. When you were the Cupid doll at one point, but when we first filmed you, you were more of like a gray-faced horror hag that I dragged out, and because we shot it out of sequence,
That's right.
I think us dragging you out was the first thing we filmed of that.
And we had the
and it was a
mask on.
different beast, and so later you were more like a Cupid doll. So I wonder what that evolution was.
Well, go ahead, Tom.
Okay, well, originally the idea is there are black veins radiating out from her eyes, and she's got that pasty face and the white eyelids, or the white eyelids, and or eyeballs, I guess, and
Those are under the
concept
eyelids.
became later that the characters were going to be more or less caricatures of their characters, where Cheryl is the whiny, unhappy witch, as it were.
I see.
But that was based on the Dick Smith Exorcist makeup, and then you became the radiated out black vein thing, and because you're so beautiful, we had to disfigure your skin. And Betsy became the idealized girlfriend of Ash, because he's so shy with her. You know, Scotty and Shelley are just peeling it off and gonna slam ham, but
They're
Ash
gonna
is-
slam ham?
Yeah.
Okay.
70s expressions.
Let me
just
go ahead
call
and
me a
answer your
ham?
question.
Slam ham.
And,
Come on,
the que-
baby, let's slam some ham.
And so she was going to be the idealized
I'm going to go ahead and answer your question. And I believe last century you asked me, how long did it take to get that amazing laugh? And yeah, it wasn't long at all because
Innate talent.
I actually have a high-pitched voice, except early in the morning. And so I did. It is true. Bruce is correct that at the very beginning, if you'll look carefully, one of the first times he drags me across the room, I have a latex mask on. And I went home that night because it itched and it just was really bothersome and I hated making the mask and I said, something's got to change here. So I actually went to Sam one night and I said, Sam, I'd like to discuss the character of Linda. And I said, I think Linda should go even sweeter and sicklier sweeter than she already is supposed to be, which was Bruce's girlfriend, like, yeah, let's go that way. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. To me, is already obnoxious. So he listened to me and we talked about it, and I said, if we take the mask off and we just try and draw a porcelain baby doll, and I'll try and make my voice higher. He says, well, let me hear it. I went, well, I could just do something like this. And this is truly what happened. And Sam was in the corner going, ooh, that's gonna work. And that's how it happened. And that's the truth. Because I just did not want to wear that mask. So.
Somebody came to our table yesterday and has that laugh as their ringtone, which I thought.
Horrifying.
It's you, it's you.
That's right.
Hey, your phone's ringing.
I didn't know that. And
Yes, right
I
here.
remember painting the makeup was painted on,
That's right.
except for maybe the last final shots. Yeah, very cool.
You'll have a chance to be in the reboot and get killed off at the beginning. Do
You'll have to ask these fine cast members here.
Do I have to take off my top? Okay. All right.
Oh, nice.
I think it depends on the method of death. I mean, if it's trees, nah, I don't think I'll do that.
What about you, Ellen? Would you be in the reboot? Where did that stupid name come from? Reboot. Let's reboot it. We're not rebooting anything.
Computer.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd do it. If they paid me enough.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
So is the cabin still around and up for rental?
The original cabin is burned down. It is on private property in Morristown, Tennessee. Do not try and find the cabin. You will be shot in the ass with buckshot. I was at a book signing in Schaumburg, Illinois. A guy comes, puts a big rock down in front of me. He goes, he started doing that laugh. So I'm like, okay, A, why are you laughing like that? B, what is this rock? He goes, don't you know where that's from? No, I don't know where that's from. Perhaps a quarry somewhere? No, man, it's from the cabin. That's from the fireplace, man. He's like Dennis Hopper, you know. And he stole a brick from the fireplace because he found out where the cabin was. Bad idea, ladies and gentlemen. Bad idea. The property has not been developed. I've been there recently. It's just the chimney left. And where we buried the time capsule that Sam Raimi has hidden a secret code that unlocks the meaning of the movie. Buried in where the trap door is buried in a cigar box is a visual decoding of the movie and some other selected elements and secret props from the movie, but do not try and find that box. That part is true.
That's off of
Is that
Highway
not
17,
true?
right?
Tom Sullivan, is there not a time capsule buried in the cellar of the original cabin?
It's absolutely true.
And what it was in that time capsule?
Secrets you want to know but will never know.
Yes, over here.
Was the popularity of Marvel superhero movies, is there any chance of an Army of Darkness versus Marvel Zombies?
Army of Darkness versus Marvel.
I think no is the answer.
Well, you know, it's weird. Everyone got all excited about Ash versus Jason versus Freddy. And some of you are still excited about that false, bogus concept. First of all, creatively, it's bankrupt. Can Ash kill the other two, Freddy and Jason? Do you think they would let that happen? You think those two franchises would let our smaller franchise kill off their bigger, fatter, richer franchises? No way in hell. So why do it? If I couldn't kick both of their scrawny asses, why do it? Anyway, but I digress.
There's one way over here, Bruce.
Let's do it.
Peter.
Who gave the approval for Evil Dead the musical?
We did.
Well, at first, you didn't know about it. The first one was it Chicago?
Toronto.
There was, I think at the same time, the Toronto and the Chicago were happening, because I've been to all of them. And at first they didn't have permission. And Sam and you guys were getting all like, oh, I'm gonna put a stop to this. There were like 50 people who saw the play. And I went and saw it, thought it was hysterical. All the productions have been hysterical. And I actually wrote Sam an email and I said, come on, give him a break. And he said, okay.
Has anyone seen the musical? I have to say, I love the concept. For those of you who have not seen it, the first 4 rows when you go to the theater are the splatter zone. And the seats are covered with garbage bags, because the beautiful thing about the Evil Dead musical is the stage crafting, where there are hands like lopped off and blood spews out of there and like hoses people down. Yeah. So if the cast knows, for example, that there's someone, right here, they go, ah, and just hose these people down. When I saw it in New York City, a guy came in a white tuxedo and sat right there. He was like this the whole show. Come and get me. By the time he left, he was pink. He was very happy man. Yes. Well, Within the Woods was the amateur movie that we used, the Super 8 movie that we used to raise money for the first Evil Dead. Didn't necessarily influence it. It was just a different version of a smaller story that we could show investors and let them know. And there was the female protagonist in that one. Ellen starred in that one.
I got to kick his ass. It was fun.
And then I was the monster in that version. So, but no, Sam Raimi, because it's an amateur thing, he doesn't really want anyone to see it.
I mean, there are horrible, horrible bootleg copies all over the place.
Yeah, you can
They're
find it.
Barely,
it's just crappy
visible.
quality versions of it. Yes?
What was the inspiration for replacing your hand with a chainsaw?
The inspiration for replacing my hand with a chainsaw, Sam Raimi thought it would be hilarious. But then he didn't have to wear that goddamn rig for the next 6 years.
All right, way in the back. Way in the back. Stand up and yell. No. Stand up and yell.
Some of the one-liners, written or made up. Most were written, but Sam would do a lot on the set. Sam would, while the camera's rolling, Sam would give you a new speech to say. And you'd never heard it before. During Army of Darkness, it'd be, I came riding back into the castle and I'm arguing with the wise man. And Sam would spew a speech of dialogue. Go, okay, no, say this. Okay, spinach chin, blah, 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 blah. And I'd like go, I'm really trying to memorize it immediately and then vomit it back out like his little monkey. And then he would get pissed if I didn't get it right. So it's a very fluid situation, those movies, because Sam Raimi is, some writers, when they write a script, they want it exactly how they wrote it. And some writers, the smart writers, are the ones that will include actors in the process and realize that it's a moving target.
On the aisle, right here.
This kind of goes along with you saying Sam Raimi spoke stuff out. When you say that you're too old for another Army of Darkness, are you too old for another Army of Darkness, or too old to be another Sam Raimi movie?
Too old to be in an Army of Darkness or too old to be in another Sam Raimi movie? Too old to star in another Sam Raimi movie. I can show up for 2 days like I'm going to in the movie Oz that he's making right now and torment James Franco and then leave as soon as I possibly can while I can still feel my legs. Yes, right here.
I think you guys mentioned that you aren't going to be cameos in the reboot for The Evil Dead, but is Ted Raimi going to be a cameo? Because I know he's a cameo in a lot of...
Just so you know, I don't know that much more than you do right now, other than the fact that we are making the movie. We do have a script. We're going to probably be filming it in New Zealand in the spring, and you'll probably see it fall of whatever. Fall of either next year or the year after that. That's really all we know. We haven't cast it. We haven't really had these long, boring meetings about it yet. Those will come soon.